It is 7:30, Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. We now call to order the historic Town of Ethanville regular council meeting. Mrs. King, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
And would you do a roll call?
Councilman Mack. Here. Councilman Daniels. Vice Mayor Washington. Mayor Gardner.
Here.
And for the record, Councilwoman Randall, Ms. Thompson won't be here tonight.
Thank you. Please stand for the invocation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Father God, we thank you once again for this day that you have made. Thank you for this opportunity to give us the live, move, and have our being. Thank you again for this community that you placed us in to be stewards and residents. God, we continue to lift up this administration, to continue to give them the discretion and discernment to make the kind of decisions that will bring glory to you and good to every citizen in this community. We thank you for every resident of this community, that you continue to bless us to live in unity and harmony with one another, that we continue to respect each other's personalities as well as properties. Thank you again for this town council meeting where we can further be updated and educated on the state and the welfare of this, our community and town. Thank you for everything you're doing in, through, and for Edenville. We bless you, praise you, and thank you again for all things. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda with three additions, three walk-on items. One is a confirmation of employment, a mutual aid agreement, and a resolution. With that being the three walk-on items and amendments to the agenda, is there a motion to approve?
Right.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. For your presentations, there are two presentations. We're going to flip the order. We're going to do the second presentation, officer of the second quarter first, followed by the resolution of retirement. Are you ready? Sure. All right.
I got protect, serve, and mode of mine. All right, town council, mayor, citizens of Edenville. Let me just start by saying I am honored to have been the chief here since October. Do not hold it lightly. I am ecstatic of the changes that are being made, and just the greeting of the town itself. People are phenomenal. I felt like I kind of grew up here, even though I know I didn't. It's just the way that people have impacted what we're doing here. There are things we still got to work on. There are things we still got to get to a certain level at. But the ambition to get things done, I want to recognize today. We started here recently, an officer of the quarter. First quarter, 2 officers were recognized for the work they were doing. And about 5 months. So we have a new officer that actually came in. I mean, he hit the ground running. Officer Javon Staley, this is recognition of exceptional job performance with the Edenville Police Department and the outstanding dedication for excellent public service. You're being awarded Officer of the Second Quarter here July 16th, 2024, signed Chief Stanley Murray. And he has just came in open, he came in humble, he came in working, and he's engaging with the community in many different facets. And it's beginning to show not just his actual work, but also in our statistics and things that we're bringing to the town. So I wanted to recognize him today in front of the town council. They would take a picture with him for our second quarter officer of the quarter.
And
Can you all slide over just a little?
Thank you.
I want to say, everybody saying something, I'd just like to add, he had a loss of, immediate, about a month that died. He actually went to the funeral and came back to work. That's all of the dedication that officer moving forward. I can't thank the council enough for your support, in the way that you're helping us and guiding us in meeting. I would still like to meet with each one of you individually, kind of give you my insights of where we're moving into and the things that we're doing. I am proud to announce I've met with our local mayor, county mayor. I've met with our state representative, Ms. Escamani, and I've met with our nationals, Mr. Rubio's office, see what attributes can be brought to the town and helping our police department become better, stronger, wiser. At this point, the goal is for us to just continue the public safety that we're having and just enhancing. But I think there's some things we still need to just be adequately give you what you need at a high level on a consistent level. It's what I want to do. I want to be intermittent. I want to be consistently every month, every week, every day. We're bringing what you need. Thank you for your time.
All right, so these next presentation, we're gonna hold off until everyone gets here.
Yes.
So if you'll be patient, and we're gonna go ahead. Citizen participation.
We have none at this time.
The consent agenda, is there a motion to approve? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. The consent agenda is approved. And now we're gonna go back to, you ready now? All right, we're gonna go back to the presentation.
Yes, Mayor and Council, we are delighted and excited, as well as a little sorrowful as well, to announce the retirement of one of our longtime employees, Ms. Karen Dunn. She served in several capacities, and she's been a very needed and appreciated asset in the town of Eatonville. I'm going to ask that Ms. Katrina would share, as her direct supervisor, a few words, and then we will make the presentation.
Okay. All right, good evening, Mayor, Council, residents. Glad to have everybody here. Well, the day has come and that I'm gonna lose one of my good employees. After 24 years, I think I've been Karen's supervisor for 15, because when I started, I was a regular employee, and then she was under the administration before she moved to finance. Karen, you want to stand up, come up here, please? So Karen was the type of person I was going to say. So through time being her supervisor, there was a time when that things had to go her way or either my way. She's gonna speak what she has to say. So during the role of 24 years, it been some ups and downs, but we made it and we stayed together as a department. And she has contributed a lot to the town. As far as the post office, she was moved to the post office. She didn't want to go there, but she didn't fight it. She said, I need a job, I'm going over there. And she made the residents very happy that she was there, because some of our residents wasn't able to fill out money orders, did not understand the postal service, but she took the time to do that. So I'm gonna miss her, so I'm gonna stop before I start crying.
And also, as they're getting ready to make the presentation, Ms. Dunn has had the privilege of working under several administrations, including former Mayor Anthony Grant, former Mayor Bruce Mount, former Mayor Eddie Cole, and currently Mayor Angie Gardner. And so we want to recognize her. Please come take a picture with her.
Wait, one
Well, she's gonna do something different.
So
Yes.
So before I read the resolution, I just want to say congratulations. I respect your commitment, your dedication, and your humor. And it is with much sincerity that I offer you an abundance of blessings. You will be missed, but I know that you'll be happy. And I'm happy for you. And you just pulled three mayors in the same room. And I'm sure if Mayor Mount was here, that he'd be right here as well. So at this time, I would like I'm gonna ask which former, the oldest former, not in time, to say a couple of words, followed by the newest former, the most recent former. Came up.
I met Karen Dunn 24 years ago by accident. I was walking out of my office and I heard the young lady at the front desk talking to a customer. And the conversation kind of went like this, where you pay United Telephone, you pay Florida Power, you can pay the town of Edenville. I stopped and I waited until that conversation ended, and I think I walked up to the young lady, Karen Dunn, because I was not formally introduced to her at that time. And I expressed to her, there's under no obligation, I didn't even call her name because I didn't know her name at that time, to pay the town of Edenville. When they pay and what they pay is none of our business. Okay, we have the awesome power to cut them off. Once we disconnect them, they will come in. So I had that unique experience with Karen, and me and Karen has had our times in a jubilant way. We created in finance a form called a in-house reprimand. So what it was a single form that if you did not bring your receipts for your credit card, reconciliation, or if you paid taxes and you shouldn't have paid taxes, or for whatever our reason, they had the responsibility to reprimand employees. Well, I remember Karen coming up to my office and knocking on the door, and she said, "Mr. Mayor, can you sign your reprimand?" So I got reprimanded a few times. I signed off. But I would tell Karen that we value your commitment to the town of Edenville over 24 years. And what you've given us is unprecedented in time of serving our residents. And I know they love you, because if they not, you would be. Trust me, residents have a unique process, and Maricopa can speak to it of running you away. I've got the opportunity to know Karen's husband, Mike, George, her daughter, Sam. Sam was like this. Sam was the mayor. She come in and work with her mom, and she created a little desk, and Sam was the mayor. Play golf with your dad. So thank you for becoming a part of our family and allowing me and us, the residents, to become a part of your family. Congratulations and Godspeed to you. Thank you.
Only thing I can remember, she told me to get it from the post office. She could do pretty much anything at this town. And she was a team player when it came to that. So you're gonna be missed, but I think you've left some things here and some policies that have changed, especially when it is about the finances, that will always be, people who live by the principles and the character that you have. You will be missed in this town. We'll see. I was blessed to be with you at church as well on a Sunday. So we both was confessing our sins on Sunday, what happened Monday to Friday. But again, congratulations, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Celebrating 24 years of dedication to Karen Dunn on her retirement from the historic town of Eatonville. Whereas after 24 years of exceptional service, we announce the retirement of Karen Dunn, who has been a cornerstone of our community since July 2nd, 2000. And whereas Karen began her journey with us as a utility clerk, swiftly transitioning to an accounts payable clerk before becoming indispensable as a fiscal assistant postal clerk for 18 years at the post office. Throughout her tenure, Karen has been a beacon of support for the residents at the Eatonville Post Office, known for her unwavering assistance with money orders and preparation of envelopes. In 2022, her role expanded to encompass accounts payable and utility billing, reflecting her versatility and dedication. Her commitment to excellence and warm demeanor has left an indelible mark on her employment with the town of Eatonville, and whereas Karen has also been an active participant, serving on town committees, contributing her insights and expertise to various initiatives. Her role at the post office allowed her to connect with countless community members, building lasting relationships that enriched Eatonville's spirit. And whereas beyond her professional duties, Karen has dedicated herself to community events such as the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, Founders Day celebrations, Turkey Tuesday, and Christmas on the Boulevard. Her organizational skills and input have been instrumental in working these events running smoothly for many years, ensuring residents' enjoyment and participation. And whereas there was a time when we faced a challenge with staffing for the summer food program, and Karen selflessly stepped up. Without hesitation, she attended training, knowing the critical importance of this program in providing hot meals to children in need. And whereas Karen has had the privilege of working under the leadership of 4 mayors, Anthony Grant, Bruce Mount, Eddie Cole, and currently Mayor Angie Gardner, each contributing their unique style to Eatonville's legacy. Therefore, be it resolved that we, Mayor Angie Gardner, the Town Council, and staff celebrate Karen Dunn's remarkable career and wish her a fulfilling retirement filled with joy and relaxation, as we extend congratulations on her well-earned retirement, continued success, happiness, and good health in the years to come. Adopted this July 16th, 2024, in the official meeting of the town of Eatonville in Eatonville, Florida. Angie Gardner, Mayor, and Veronica King, Town.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. You only got the one on.
Well, that's a lot. I didn't realize that I did all that. But, it was a pleasure. And working for Mayor Grant, that was a challenge. I will say that. But under Mayor Grant, I learned a lot of things. We learned a lot of professionalism. He really cared about the community. He cared about the people. He made sure that we did that. And I applaud you for that, and I appreciate that, because that was how I learned how to appreciate the town of Eatonville and the community. I love this town with everything. I never lived here, but I feel like I did. But when he called me in that day, I remember that day, and he said, excuse me, I'd like to talk to you. And I said, well, who are you? Because I didn't know who he was. He introduced himself to me. And the lady that he was talking about became my best friend. Every time she came up to that window, we had long conversations. Her name was Eloise Johnson, I believe. And she was my best friend. She did my hair one time, but she was too rough. And as far as when I worked under Ed Cole, he used to like to go out and buy stuff and pay tax. And we would pay him the tax back. And I wouldn't do it. I would give him everything but the tax. That was our policy, and that's what I did. Our policy was to write you up for not doing it, so I wrote Grant up for it, because that was our policy. I believe that if we have a policy, we should follow the policy. Now, if they overstep me, that's another thing. But Mayor Gardner, it's a pleasure also to work under the Black woman mayor. That's an honor. That's an honor. And I'm honored to be able to work under a Black woman mayor in this day and time. where we are standing out, as I should say. But I love this town, the post office, I love working at the post office, helping people. I've helped people, they used to come in, put their bills on the table and go sit down. Put the money and their bills on the table and go sit down. Mr. Casey, Mr. Pearson, Mr. McPherson. They would come in there and just sit their bills on the table, like that was my job. Fill out their bills. And and I'd fill them out, mail them, give them their change and their copies, staple them together. One guy thought I had a computer I was putting stuff in, and he just said, just put it in your computer. But this town is special to me, and I always appreciate it. And your council, I've been under Rodney for a long time. Theo was one of the first council when I first came here. Yeah, he was the first one. It was Anthony Grant, Theo, Michael Johnson, Roy Sanderson, and Bruce Mount. And that's a long time. It's a long time. But I love you guys dearly, and I'm so honored to be able to have my career here.
Before you leave it on podium, I met Karen back in the 90s. She don't know her profession was a nail tech. She was a nail tech, and I was going to salon, and she like doing nails. And okay. Then the next time I saw her, she was working at the time. I'm like, oh, you got all kind of professions, son. So that's when I first met you back in those days there. And working at the post office, you was my favorite postmaster because all my change you never get back. I told her, I said, just put it in the cup. Put my thing in the cup. So if I'm ever short, just take it out the cup. So that's how the post office so helpful with me because I always I put change over here, Theo. I know you'll be back for it. So, but I'm thank you for all your services and being here, the years here, and I know the ups and downs you had, but congratulations. And she won't be retired because nobody can be retired. They always come back. Heard of police officer. Always come back, work a 2-day. So I told you, why don't you go to a 2-day work week? Because you're gonna get tired of watching Armageddon. That's all inside joke, y'all. Y'all don't know about that. You get tired of watching Armageddon at home, so you might well get your 2 days here. So just put you down on 2-day schedule. Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Karen, for your years of service. Now, usually with Katrina, I usually stack checks. Now with you, you would have let me stack checks. If you told you I wouldn't pick them up, right? So you always made me get this check, get this check. No, get this check. So I'd like to thank you for making me get my check, all right? And just blessings upon you and Mike and Sam. Love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Enjoy. My boy, my guy, what's up, bro? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Karen, like I said, since I've met you, since sitting up here, it's been a pleasure. I thank you for all your leadership and all the roles that you played in the town of Eatonville, from postmaster to being over here in finance or whatever they need you to participate in. You've always been a champion of just doing what it is to make sure that this administration ran accordingly. So I do appreciate everything that you've laid out in this town. And if I had to say, I would thank you, Bill, because you're here, you always put in the work in, you did your due diligence. We're just doing everything that we would hope that we do. And you worked on a great leadership, Ms. Gardner, of course, running the administration. And it's a feel-good feeling to actually sit here and listen to you say the comment that you said about her, because it's rare that you get that opportunity. And then, of course, Ms. Gibson, she does a tremendous job in the finance department with, leading you guys over there. But I say this to say this, to know you is to love you. I appreciate all the times that we've shared, the personal relationship that you and I gathered since working beside you. And good luck with all your endeavors moving forward. And thank you for your service.
I just want I have one more thing to say. I want to also, after I took care of all the mayors and the council, there's one other person I want to thank, and that's Miss Gibson. I worked under There's 3 finance directors, but Ms. Gibson has been the one I worked under the longest. And yes, we did have some, because I'm very strong about doing things a certain way, and Katrina kind of lay a little bit sometime, and I'd be like, no, stand up, we don't do it this way. I never get a board, and I do. At some point, when she said this is what we doing, that's what we doing, but I still gonna give my input on it. Always, I'm gonna give my input. But whatever she says goes, and that's how it's always been. I've always had her back as my finance director.
If you don't mind.
I'll take a picture with the mayors first and then pass.
Was on the drill.
Ready? 1, 2. All right.
Y'all, wait a minute, I don't want this in there. I don't have to hold this for a second. I don't want my picture to look like I'm sick.
They don't hold you out.
1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. Council?
Thank you.
What mayor?
Well, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Trina. Trina.
Katrina.
Yes. Trina, moving forward. Yes.
Long finance department never had it.
1, 2, 3. All right.
So it's one more with Mr. President.
You want to take the phone too? 1, 2, 3. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
And I did forget to mention the beautiful quilts. You make some of the most beautiful quilts.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next item, which is a confirmation of the promotion of Mr. Darius Washington as the Director of Recreation for the town of Eatonville. Oh, I did a consent agenda.
Yes, you did. In order.
And I can go back to the
Oh,
presentation.
yeah. Mayor, council, and town, we have, as you see in your notes here tonight, we have had 7 applicants apply for the role. 3 were phone interviews, they were out of town, and 2 were in person. 1 did not meet the requirements or minimum qualifications. And so after the meetings with staff, we have selected and to promote within, which is Mr. Darius Washington. As you can see in his resume, he comes with experience several times being a manager and overseer over the Parks and Rec. He is also certified in the National Parks and Recs Association with a bachelor's degree in political science, as well as over 20+ years in Parks and Rec. So right now, based off the what we have, I think he is the best candidate for the position. So we'd love to have your confirmation on that position.
All right, so is there a motion to approve the confirmation?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, Councilman.
I took the salary, just to start salary, reaching out to 62.
The salary range right now under the current statute is 50 to 55,000. As you know, we have been working on to improve that as we're doing CRA. The minimum we did the same thing for the public works is that same qualifications, based on qualifications, that's the range. And so that's why we requested the 62. Of course, you know, the position has not been filled. And so we will not oversee that in this particular budget, but we'll prepare for the next fiscal budget.
My question is, with programming, the facilities, things that need to be brought up as part with this here, so we're gonna be asking for more things from Mr. Washington. And I mean, from, if I'm confirming this, you guys, I mean, handle the day to day with him, but my main thing is programming our facilities, all our parks. Is deal with River Stephen. With budgetary time, I think about doing some park rangers, I think you know, some of that nature. So just make sure we just get more programming. We don't have facilities to do a whole lot, but what we have, we need to do the best what we, you know, program we can do what we have.
And I think it's fair to say that we've seen from his role currently now, he's taken on the initiative and, you know, overseeing the pool, programming for that, as well as making sure even some of our in-house, special events we've done on the boulevard, as well as the programmatics are coming.
Most I'm talking about recreation, so the tennis courts, or basketball courts.
Sure.
Make sure these things are kept up. If they can't keep them up, we need to get people in place to keep these things up. So that's my main thing, not those things there. My thing is, because recreation is over all the parks. Yep. So that's one thing that I look at in the tennis courts right now. We have issue one of the basketball court, the trees and stuff over there. So it's something that we need to keep up with, you know. Yeah, kind of hard, make sure that cut every time. It's just some things that need to be, you know. So yeah.
All right, so it's been moved and seconded. All here say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right, so we have confirmed Mr. Washington. The next item is the approval of the mutual aid agreement. I know this was a walk-on item, so I'm gonna ask Attorney Shepherd. It seems to be a standard agreement. It seems to be a standard agreement. Do you see any reasons why?
I do not, and in fact, I can give you a good reason why you need to. Just recently, the 6th DC, which is the newest district court of appeal, it took a Maitland officer's reading of rights, something else to a suspect. It was not a Maitland suspect, and it wasn't in the Maitland jurisdiction. It was at the 33rd Street jail, I believe it was. There, but nevertheless, the same rights were protected, the same information was provided. But the court said since he was extraterritorial at the time he gave the rights, they threw it out. And so the mutual aid agreement that gave him the jurisdiction to give the rights and do the other things that he did at the jail is what was needed to make sure that kind of arrest didn't go south. So there's good reasons to have this.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve the mutual aid agreement?
Sure.
It's been moved. Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right, so we have adopted the mutual aid agreement. And then the final item is the approval of the affordable housing development proposal. I'm going to ask the same thing for that.
There's a lot of problems with that. I don't know where to start, but you get them way to go.
Yeah, and I have spoken with Councilman Mack, based off the information that was presented to him. He presented it to us, and so we've been able to dissect it since. And as I've done, talking to planner, Ms. Almeri, as well as with our legal, and there are some certain procedures that were missed in it. We need to go back and to take care of prior, so to prevent us from falling into issues with the project issue process. We're asking to table it. But we are going to work towards bringing it back through the proper process.
Yeah.
And you can counsel.
And if I may, like I said, it's something that, and legal, I know we got some issues with it, but I don't think we got a whole lot of issues with it. It's just some things that we have to iron out. as far as some kinks that's in there that we need to visit. And once we do that, I think we'll be able to move forward with no problems, with, having this particular proposal that we're suggesting. So, with that being said, it will be something that we could, of course, speak on, but it will be something that we'll move forward with putting up for discussion once we reach the, criteria of covering everything that we need to cover as far as planning and zoning and all the other things that will, be able to take place before moving forward. So I had a great conversation with Mr. President about this. And I do appreciate you for, everything that you, helped throughout the process of this, Mr. President. So thank you, for just letting me know all the things that I need to move forward with doing. And for the people that, I'm, actually, in talks with are very aware of it too. So I was hoping that one of them was here tonight, but they're not here, especially being that it's not gonna be up for a decision. It's a discussion down that we're having. Initially, it was gonna be a decision, but we ran into kind of like some, the real and roads, but, we will move forward with doing this. And, of course, the council, you guys had an opportunity to look through it, I'm hoping. And, hopefully it's, something that you guys will definitely be, in favor of, once we do iron out all the kinks. But, with that being said, I'm looking forward to, the process of just getting it, on the, agenda for decisions the next time we, iron out everything, so.
So if the council, yes, I was gonna say,
Oh, no, I was asking a question.
yeah, I was gonna ask you to table it and allow me to go through the process with, legal and planning, and then we can bring it back before, for
All right, so
consideration.
is there a motion to table?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye, all opposed. All right, so we have tabled the, resolution with the affordable housing initiative. That's the last item. Is there a sale?
Yeah, just a few things for update. Again, as we discussed in the workshop, great events are taking place here in Eatonville. One of the events that we were hoping to do real soon was the kind of back to school pool party / back to school giveaway. So per some challenges for getting all the items together, that's been taken, but it will be coming back as soon as we get some confirmed dates and everything's good. We'll bring that back. We do know Councilwoman will be having her supplies giveaway coming up next month as well. I believe that's on the 3rd of next month. So we'll be working to put that out as well. A couple of in-house things, operational. Founders Day flyer, you should be receiving that. You should have already received that in email. If you haven't, I'll make sure you have that, but that's coming up in August. There was some comments as I was out on Thursday, Friday. I heard about the Club Eden, and there were some concerns about what was taking place there. I've spoken with the chair of the CRA at this time, which is Councilwoman, as well as with the property owner, and as well as with the Department of Historic Preservation for the state of Florida, who oversees the grant. The work that has been done meets the criteria of what can be done. However, there was one step that was missed. So there is a holdup on the funding release from it, and they're working on that now. But as far as the work and the removal of the salvage from that was already in the scope. Because it is a restoration project, they're restoring it. They're restoring it based off just the wall structures, not based off of the interior. All the stuff on the inside was not salvageable, so it has to be removed and mitigated through a asbestos process, and that's what was taking place with that. Not the tearing down of the entire building. I just want the council to be aware of that. You'll receive a report of that as we get more information. In regards to Holstein, we did meet with the lenders for Holstein, discuss that. We are trying to finalize the date for the completion of that project. I know there's been comments from the community, but also some of the council were trying to figure out what was our next step. I believe our next step is to meet with them and to determine is more time required and to figure out what that looks like. Of course, based off some of the information in there now, Cliff can expound if he'd like to, but I think right now we're going to have that meeting with them and figure out what they're saying, and I'll present that back. Right now, that date is set for July 29th. You'll be receiving an invite for all the council to come to that. So we'll do a public notice for that, but we're gonna actually meet at the site, and those that want to do a walkthrough, they can walk through. But our purpose of meeting there is to finalize, the timeframe of that project. We have the recreation. There's been several code items that have been sent over, and they're addressing them immediately. Councilman, Daniels, we have looked at the Audubon area. We've gotten the measurements. We're just waiting on, the finalization of those proposals for the sidewalks to be replaced. We've already submitted the one for the speed humps, and it's just a matter of when the contractor gets it on the schedule to get over, and we ask them to expedite that. Our public works department is working steady on several major projects. A lot of our grants and in the preparation of our SRF funding, we're very close, such as getting our asset management and our rate study for water and sewer complete. You will be seeing more information within the next month on that to kind of start to revisit and look at. So we can prepare that and get some feedback from council on direction of that. We have received the final draft for the impact fee study. We are sending over that draft to legal to proceed forward with preparing an ordinance. Our goal is to have the first reading on the first meeting in August. And so if that works out, we'll have that before you and we'll start the process with that. But that is closed out. We do have a community stakeholders meeting that's taking place next Monday on the 22nd at 5:30. I'd love for as many to come out. We'll be covering the widening West Kennedy project, as well as a few other projects that are going on, such as Post Dimes, some of ECOast, which is open up. They're just about ready for their seal. So these projects are moving along. And then just some of the ongoing different items that have been under discussion, like the master planning, the community action plan. All that will be discussed in the stakeholders meeting to get feedback from the community on that. As you all know, this is just from an HR perspective, and you'll probably discuss more of that. We have received 12 applicants for the CRA director. And so you should have received the candidates or the applicants' information for you all to fill out and go through that matrix, and you all can further discuss that in your CRA meeting on Thursday. I want to call it a cool thing. One thing that's happening, we have had some drones come through, and Valerie's been working with her team to capture certain ditches and our water towers, and we have some drone shots as well as videos we'll be sharing with you. But I think capturing this information so some of you won't get back and actually get to see the process, but with the videos, you can really see the progress that's taking place in our stormwater mitigation as we prepare for storm season and some of the other cool things that are taking place within our department to have correct presentation of our town, such as our water tower, which is complete. And is it back in service as of today? It is back in service. So the West Water Tower is back in service. So it doesn't just look good. It's actually doing what it's been designed to do. So that was taken care of. And so a big thanks to Miss Monday and her team for getting that back up and going. In regards to grants and legal and I'll hush, we have met with several more of the grant focus, which was the 5.9. We have met the criteria and the RFPs are out on the streets as of this week. And so we have a 22-day turnaround, and then we'll start the ranking and submit them back for the 5.9. We're very close on the 665,000 for the Marine lift station improvement. The conversations with our grant coordinators going back and forth with the EPA to make sure that grant is also fulfilled. And in August, we'll start the process for 4.1 and 2 million, which is for the townhomes and land acquisition. The last one I'll bring up is the CDBG renovation for the building, which we use for the CRA. The county has approved for the funds on that, and so we're waiting on the meeting, which takes place next month, for the approval of that. We'll have a scheduled period to do the renovations on that building and proceed from there. So as that goes forth, Miss Valerie has taken lead on that, and she'll present back as needed for that. I think ethics training. I was gonna make sure, you should have received a reminder about ethics training tomorrow from 10 to 2. It is virtually. If you have not already completed your update, I think it is a mandatory one, or if you've already done it, you need to be on there tomorrow. You should have received the link and the registration information to council and mayor. So please make sure you're in attendance to stay in compliance.
Oh, it's behind the ball then.
I'm sorry?
That's behind the ball. You can turn it out financially, supposed to be on that. Your financial disclosure. Supposed to turn that in with your financial disclosure. You're supposed to done the class.
Certify that you've done it, right?
Yeah, to certify you.
So that you'll, if you didn't do the class.
So you know the class is
I'm
tomorrow, that it's available. If you have not done it, it's available tomorrow.
One of the questions I asked, have you completed that ethics class? And
So I just want to make sure you're aware if you have not done it already, it's available for you.
If it's already been reported for this time and you do it tomorrow, then you can report it for next time. It's once a year.
That being stated, I'm sorry, I was gonna give it to Cliff, Attorney Shepherd to talk on any legal things so we can move forward.
Briefly, anticipating that I would get the impact fee report, we've already drafted the bare bones impact fee ordinance. If it comes as anticipated, where I can bring you the first reading draft in early August and get it passed by the second meeting in August, remember that then it's 90 days before the impact fees go into effect. That means that the first time you would probably want to lift the moratorium wouldn't be until end of November, early December. And so it's important that we get the report, get the ordinance adopted, so we can start taking off that 90 days, so we can start collecting money on new development, which I anticipate we might get if we're going to continue to pursue the Hungerford property, which, since we've given the school board an opportunity to live up to their promise to us, which they made to all of us that were there, that they were willing to do, and we've shown them how it can be done legally without any issues, and they had to acknowledge that to us. We were all in the room when they did. If we have the impact fee ordinances and that property then turns into development, it also turns into money. So, FYI.
Thanks, Cliff. And Ms. King, do you have any other thing for the clerk's office?
Oh, no report.
Back here.
Town attorney. So I'm just real brief. Night market was enjoyed by all. That was a nice event. Thank you very much for putting the time and effort into it. Condolences to the Jones family. Mrs. Rentz's aunt passed, so they had her funeral. The CAP appointment for the county. Do we need to contact them in regards to the change?
yes.
Okay, so we can, and is there anyone here that would like, I don't know, I can't remember what the acronym is for. County.
That's what Mr. Matt was on.
Yeah, that was what I was on. I would definitely be interested in going back on that particular board.
Okay.
I left as a chairman, so it'd definitely be something that I'd be interested in getting back into.
Okay, so,
You know, I think it's a very intriguing board to sit on, to say the least, so.
so we'll reach out to them and, make that change. Great work with water tower. Yeah, I don't know why I was scared that we lose water pressure and all that, but smooth transition. Great work, very smooth process. With that being said, I am now going to turn it over to Vice Mayor.
I like to thank Mr. Johnson for the wonderful event. I think people love coming to Eatonville. I just gonna tell y'all that, period. People love coming. I said it over and over again. We have been trendsetters of doing events. People have copied events from us and took it elsewhere. From our parades, who's on City Orlando, Eatonville is doing parades now. Every city, even ones Ocoee back in the day, one thing about it, you know what I mean? So these other cities are picking back on what we do. And we hit it at a good point. And with the Children in the Ville event, they took that event, took it to City Orlando, put that fairground. They picked that off. So we gotta understand when we have something, we need to keep it going. We gotta keep these things going, because like I said, I met people from Jacksonville, Mississippi, everywhere. So even with Mr. Johnson, great job. Miss Celia event, 4th of July event at Ben Johnson with the seniors, that was great. That was, food was great. People was there, all the seniors out there. I think we need to do a partnership with all the events, the town. We didn't need to, matter of fact, come on by the farmer's market, we need to have a booth there, so town paraphernalia, whatever we have in stock, we need to have a table out there. That's one thing I like to put on that end, but the city event went great. With EKOS, EcoStone, you still don't have the seal yet?
They have a temporary seal.
Yeah.
They had a few outstanding things which they've completed. And I believe, I didn't see Mr. Cotton, but there was an outstanding balance and we can release them from seal, but they have met all of the requirements to be in compliance.
So the outstanding balance, we gonna release them. After they pay the balance or before they pay the bill?
They already been notified about it, so they should be paying it.
I think this Monday for the clearing of the ditch. Already is now, but it's looking good on Keller Road. I must see Lane, I think it is. So business owner, loving it. I know y'all ordered some grass after y'all finish it up, cause we tearing up the grass too, so that's one thing we need to replace. Another thing I have is the dumpsters. One day I stopped, there was some trash in the road, and I stopped in front of the daycare, right next to the Chambers, and threw it in their dumpster. So when I was walking to the dumpster, I seen the imprint of the truck where it goes and pick up the dumpster. So it's the infrastructure damage on those people's properties is not good, because you see the two tire marks and you see the dumpster there, so you know it's caused by the dumpster. That's what I said. We don't need those. I don't know how many tons they weigh, 70 tons, whatever the trucks weigh, on outside, crossing our sidewalks. And you probably see them on the sidewalk here with the barber shop, Seaside building, and the real estate office there. So I know you probably see the crack on the sidewalk there too. So we definitely need to get those dumpsters off the sidewalks. And again, we need to be partners with anybody that's doing anything. I think the city should want to become a partner, as in funding, because she said we charge a lot of money. So let's look out for that in the future. That's all I have. Thank you.
Council, we'll go with Daniels and then Council.
Good evening, everyone. We can let Mr. Darius Washington know much is given, much is required. We're asking for partnerships if we can with the Boys and Girls Club. We don't have a basketball court, but they do. They don't use it all the time. So let's see if we can get, when they close, maybe we can open with some type of partnership there.
Speaking of that, Chief, you want to tell them about midnight basketball that's taking place?
We're proud to announce that July 27th, we'll be having midnight basketball from 9 p.m. to midnight. Our department with some other local police and deputy sheriffs will be coming over to facilitate that with all our youth. So we invite you out.
So our recreation police department is starting on that. Just wanted you to hear that.
You got it at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
You get it at 9 o'clock. No, you said you can finish at 9.
You're right. It's inside the building.
No, that's what
We have other programs as well.
Yes, sir.
Tennis. I don't do pickleball, but that is something apart from pickleball.
you try.
Flag football, until we can get the Rockets back, or until we can get our mini football team we had years ago back, the drum court. So Mr. Washington has this job cut out for him, because there's no excuses now. Put these programs together that that can work. We'll back you. The tennis program can be partnered. I'm always a stickler on partnership. There's Miss Tina Waters, who's having a book signing as well, who is a hero here in town, even that we don't know about. Long Deep Jones, this lady went undefeated in high school, All-American, got injured on the tour. That's why her career, and plus probably a little racism, has deterred her career, as far as making it like before Serena and Venus.
Yeah.
So let's get with Mr. Washington. The budget is very important. I talked to a couple of recreation directors, and that budget is important. He got to get ahead and fight for what the programs that we know we need in our town. So congratulations to him, but we need him to put these programs together. Also, the replacement of the sidewalk, for those, it's not a replacement, it's just a continuation on the Audubon Way. For years, his sidewalk hasn't been completed, and he's feared his kids or whatever would get hurt. So now we're going to complete that. I also want to give condolences to the Renz family, and also to a good friend, Coy Flowers, passed away at the age of 50. Yeah. Guy used to wash cars here, you know, in the town and up here on Varsity Road. Just pray for him and his family at this time. And man, 2024 has been a beast. Also, congratulations to Ms. Dunn. Everyone have a good night.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, being engaged in town business. I really appreciate you guys coming and just being forthcoming with any questions or anything that you guys have when you send up at the podium. Post time, is definitely something that I'm concerned with. I know you spoke about it, so hopefully we get in the direction of doing that contract sooner than later. Sheriff, of course, you know, my question to you is, do we have any lawsuits or litigations against the town that's been?
Current lawsuits against the town?
Yes.
Not that aren't being handled by Insurance Defense Council. I don't know what those status are, because once they get turned over to Insurance Defense, I'm not involved, but I guess there was a lawsuit by a developer. I don't know the status of that since it got turned over to.
All that's still in.
So is that the same one?
Yes, the same ones we spoke about.
Development?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm very aware of that one. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, Ms. Karen, congratulations to her, man. She's done an outstanding job under the leadership of course, the mayor and Ms. Gibson, who do a tremendous job as well on the finance side. I know she's done a lot of different things as far as just being an octopus, being all over the place with helping this town grow and, you know, develop into a great workplace. So thank you so much, and congratulations to you with your retirement. Now, back to school, I know Mr. President and I have been having conversations along with other organizations that are willing to participate in helping us out. My anticipation date now is going to be August 3rd, and what that will require is anybody that's willing to help, volunteer, come out, help along with the giveaway, or even give items. That'd be great too. We do have organizations and other donors that are going to be participating in this, but the more the merrier. So anybody that's interested in doing that, please see the clerk or speak with someone in the administration. They'll be able to guide you. And also, congratulations to Darius Washington. I couldn't see a better person suited for the position as a recreation director, especially being in this community for as long as he's been here. I've been knowing him for quite some time now. He's always done an outstanding job, even to the time he's actually started that room for the town of Bentonville. Anything that I've asked of him has been done very professional. So that goes to the, you know, testament of, you know, Mr. President, who's his boss. So I really appreciate you with just, you know, setting the tone for your whole administration, for doing everything on a professional level. I've seen the difference since standing up here on this panel with the professionalism that that you're, you know, guiding your administration with, as well as Mayor Gardner. So kudos to you guys for changing the whole trajectory of how we do things in Eatonville. And also, I know we spoke about the Club Eaton, which is a very historic place itself. I know you can't tear it down. I think what we're doing now, and I know we've had conversations, why people won't get the wrong idea that we're actually tearing it down. We're not tearing it down because we can't tear it down. What we're doing is we're rephasing in terms of just digging out everything that shouldn't be in there that's bad for the building. We are going to be doing construction on it whenever that happens, and whatever it is that the owner wants to do with it. And I'm pretty sure we have to, of course, come through this council before doing that. But I know it'd be something that would be for the betterment for the community. So I'm anxious to see what that's going to be, and also the time frame for the widening of Kennedy Boulevard. I know we've been talking about this since 2019. We're in 2024 now, and I know that, you know, it's easier said than done, but if we can get some kind of prognosis on when we're gonna actually start that particular project, that'd be great, because I got tons of people coming to me on a daily basis telling me about their kids, which I'm very afraid that we're gonna have some kind of fatality, and I don't want that in our community. With these kids walking up and down the street on the sidewalk, not even on the sidewalk, in the grass area. And you got cars speeding up and down the road. I'm trying to be proactive as possible. And I know if we can, you know, I don't know the time frame on it, but if we can temporarily put sidewalks, because lives are more important than you sitting here prolonging whatever it is that you're going to do in terms of widening the road. So I'm just looking out for the citizens, or anybody that's walking up and down Kennedy Boulevard, for that sake. So if we can address those issues to see how fast we can move that time frame, that'd be great, Mr. President. And also, like Councilman, Daniel said, my condolences to the Flower family. I've been knowing him all my life. We grew up together. I've been knowing him 45 plus years. And it broke my heart because I actually seen him 3 weeks prior to that. And, you know, he was like, hey, Mac, and you know, like I said, it was heartbreaking when I heard that news. So my condolences is definitely to his family, the Flower family. Much love. You know, you guys are like my family. And if there's anything that I can do, please don't hesitate. And I have been in touch with them. So if anybody can pray for them or anybody that have suffered any kind of loss in this community, please pray for them. Also, my question would be, this would probably be for the clerk. Do we have any boards open for anyone to participate in at this time?
If we have vacancies.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll be sure to let the person that asked me that know. Also, like I stated before, I just want to thank the entire staff. You guys have really taken it to a whole nother level in terms of how you guys do things, the trajectory that you're moving in. Ms. Monday as a, you know, public work director, Mr. Baruti on the, as far as being a code enforcement, Mr. President being a CEO, who's a very he's a very important engine in this whole administration, especially when the mayor's not here, who's over the whole administration. The planning department, all the public work guys, they are doing a sensational job out there with just trying to beautify the community and making sure that we're doing everything in a timely manner whenever we do have water breaks or what have you. But thanks to anybody, finance, Ms. Gibson, you're doing a sensational job. I know you got a lot on your plate, especially with the retirement of Ms. Dunn. So we definitely need to make sure that we're putting out an ad for that particular position while we can move forward, filling it as soon as possible, because I know you got a lot on your plate. But if I miss, of course, the clerk, she does, oh my gosh, I can't thank her enough for everything that she does, you know, and she make it look so easy. So Ms. King, thank you for everything that you do. I want to continue giving you guys your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate every department. I appreciate you guys just moving this town in a way that we need. And I feel a sense of urgency to do something. I know things have not always been the best, but I think I see a better version of ourselves moving forward. So thank everybody for just participating and doing things that's going to help this town be a better town. And also the farmers market. Oh my gosh, what can I say? If you guys miss the last farmers market, you don't want to miss the one on August 3rd. I promise you. It was such a fulfilling moment for me just to be in the presence of so many people and looking at the culture that Mr. Julian Johnson brought to this community, man. Thank you so much for just having that vision and instilling it in our community, man. And I'm glad that I was able to assist and help you. And like the Vice Mayor said, we do need a partnership with you and anybody else that want to do any type of work or bring any kind of, you know, activity that's going to be meaningful for this community, man, because it's much needed. The people came up to me after that event was like, man, this is awesome. When is the next one? And I said, August 3rd, be there, 5 to 9. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. And also Ms. Francis Seeley, I remember her wanting to actually get something started as far as seniors, and I was able to be able to build a liaison and champion her with helping that happen. So she's definitely been in tune of doing a lot of great things. They do so many different things. They go on cruises, they go fishing, they do all kind of activities that is good for the seniors. They even got the swimming that's available. So any seniors that want to be involved with Miss Francis Seeley particular group, please reach out to her. And if you don't have information, I'm pretty sure the staff can be able to assist you guys in that. But shout out and salute to Miss Francis. She's always been a pioneer in this community. So thanks for everything that she does also. Now, this is one of the things that I know we've been discussing for quite some time now, and I want to make sure that we're addressing this issue because I know it's a town issue on one component of it. 41 Lincoln. I don't know if we've tied in with that particular property yet, but I think we need to move forward with making sure that we're tying in. If we don't do anything else, let's make sure that we're tied in and anything that they need to do on their end, they can do. And I know we talked about, you know, the ownership, and if we get an agreement with the particular person that's actually on the will or owner, that we can come together as a panel and as a council and be able to do that we had talked about for that particular family also. And then last but not least, Edgewater. This is a great opportunity for these kids because they're getting ready to travel to the UK. This is the first time in history in the state of Florida that a team is gonna represent the state of Florida in football. And my son happened to be one of the top safeties on that team in the country. And it gives me gratitude just to be able to sit here and announce that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that opportunity. And you gotta remember, it's only 3% of kids that have an opportunity to go play D1 ball. 3%, which is very low. So kudos to Edgewater, kudos to Coach Duke, the head coach for that program. I'm the actual head coach for the freshman program, which is the feeder program to the varsity level. So these kids are outstanding. And our GPA is like a 3.2. Come on, that's outstanding. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be able to have opportunity to have, and I will say Miss Mary Gardner, her grandson is the star nose tackle for us. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have the opportunity also to go over there and represent not only the state of Florida, but the town of Eatonville. So that's gonna be a big thing for those kids. Let's pray for them. Anybody that wanna be a blessing to them, you can donate, you know, do whatever it is that you wanna do in terms of just, you know, making sure that they're having a safe trip over, because this trip costs over $200,000. So we definitely need people to, you know, get involved. But anyways, I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for coming out, and that's my report. Thank you. Bless.
All right, with that being said, I move for adjournment.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed. Meeting is adjourned at 8:37. Vice Chair, we have one.
I gotta work and I'm gonna go.
But right experience. Project.
But you know, it is what it is, man. All right, man.
What, how they project. That's what I'm saying. That's already. We get. All we need to worry about, so. Yeah, I'll give you the lane, set up another meeting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. You know, so, yeah. But that part is always.